They are so ignorant, they are chanting Free Palestine, but they don't know the truth. They are chanting from river to sea, but they don't know, it means no Israel. And they demanding immediate ceasefire, but what about the hostages?
Israel did this, so it's only Israel can genocide.
Israel, it says, right?
Israel, that was...
Why do you call it Israel?
I didn't make this placard actually, but someone just handed it to me. But yeah, I've heard it used before.
Yeah, and I hear people saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Do you subscribe to that view?
Yeah, kind of. With free, where everyone could be free in that land, sort of together. So.
And how would that happen?
Where everyone could live as equals. So yeah, like ending apartheid.
And how would that come about? What needs to happen, do you think, in your opinion, for that to happen?
I think people realising that everyone's equal. So I'd be here if this was happening to Israelis. I'd feel exactly the same if Israelis were being genocided, for example.
And what did you think of what happened on October 7th? How does that play into all this?
Yeah, I think it's possibly a false flag event. It's possibly, I think there's like clear evidence that Israel is partly responsible for the formation of Hamas. And I think there was clear evidence that Israel had been warned that this attack was coming. Egypt had been warning, like the intelligence. There had been something like 7 hours before Israel responded.
So in essence, Islam does not allow the killing of innocents under any circumstances. In battlefield, in Surah 9, verse 5, often misquoted by Islamophobes to somehow stipulate that Islam allows the killing of innocents, when it doesn't. It's only when you are in a battlefield and your enemy is coming to you, then in self-defense you have to fight back, which is a given in any form of...
Yeah, well, in war you would accept that, of course. October 7th, was that a terrorist attack in your opinion?
So October 7th, these are many responses given to that. I mean, we have to go back to 1917, 1948, 1967. Yeah. The intricate involvement of the historical events which have led up to these these events that have occurred. So it's just a frustration on overboiling.
But you said it's forbidden to kill innocents.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, it's forbidden to kill innocents.
But they did, right?
Well, that is what an understanding is given. There are different understandings. There is.
Oh, really? Well, what's your understanding?
Well, from other sources that I've read, some people are of the opinion that factions of Hamas are in with the Israelis, giving them the pretext to do their acts. Others.
Well, I'm just giving you a thing. You're giving your view. I'm giving my view.
Well, let him finish and I'll talk to you. Yes. No, stick around. I want to talk to you as well.
Yeah. Okay. So on that basis, others take the view that it's just reacting to already being aware that, for example, there are natural gas reserves in Gaza, which Israel has become aware of, and through that Red Sea area where trade is taking place, where the Houthis are currently stopping certain shipments going through.
What do you believe? I'm just curious because
I'm just stating from what you hear. I'm not there, am I? So I can't say for certain what exactly has happened.
But you're not there in Gaza either, but you're saying the genocide is happening, right?
But that's very clear for all of us to see. The actual bombings taking place and the death and destruction.
But 7th of October wasn't clear.
No, that was absolutely clear as well. But we can't be certain forever as to who done these acts. You see, although Hamas can make unilateral claims, that is just based upon certain factions. There are factions within them who say we had nothing to do with it.
Fuck Israel and go suck your mum. That's what I would say first and foremost. Second and foremost, go back to your land. Palestine is not your land. The president, you are from Poland. I know this is more than one sentence, but still, just go and suck your mum.
We need a ceasefire right now, don't we?
Yeah.
So what else would I be here for?
And how will that happen? So how will the ceasefire happen? Who should do what, in your opinion?
The UK, the US, all the international powers, whoever's out there that can control this right now, we need to stop so we can communicate. We cannot communicate if we keep fighting each other. So ceasefire right now, and then we can move on from there. A ceasefire means ceasing from both sides fire,
right.
which is what we're asking for. So we're not asking for one side or the other. We're just saying stop the bombing, stop the wars.
So you're talking to both sides, is what you're saying?
Everyone, stop killing. Just stop. And then we can have a conversation about what's coming next. But right now, as we're having conversations and people are still dying, what's the point?
Yeah.
So, ceasefire.
Yeah.
That's where we need to start.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Cheers. Have a nice day. I was just going to ask you what a socialist intifada would look like. You don't want to talk to us. Fair enough. No one wants to tell us what a socialist intifada is. It's very annoying. And why do you think Israel is doing this?
Because they want land. I feel like they want land.
They want land. So I see you've got a sign there that says journalism that get paid for selling lies, and I'm guessing that's Piers Morgan, right?
Yes.
Okay. And on the right, journalism that pays the price for telling the truth. Who's that?
Wael al-Dahdoh.
And who is he?
He is the man of truth, man of bravery. He is the one who sacrificed all his family for the cause of Gaza and did not move out of Gaza, insisted to be there.
Why do you say that this is journalism that's selling lies?
It's very obvious what is going on, all the lies about what happened on the October 7th, the justification for the genocide, they're all based on lies.
When you say lies about October 7th, what do you mean?
All those allegations that we never saw any footages of decapitated children that Piers Morgan always asked about, and all those women that got gang raped. In contrast, we saw so many hostages freed. They were talking about the good treatment they had during their captivity.
When you live in free democratic country, it's very easy to criticize other country, but they don't realize what these illegal migrants will do in the future.
Here. First of all, to make it clear, it's not a war, it's a genocide, and that Israel's state is a key part of the World Economic Forum. They completely work together. We want to defeat the Israeli state and destroy the World Economic Forum. Well, October the 7th was a setup arranged and agreed by the Israeli government. And a lot of the left groups, so-called, don't even talk about that, which is pathetic. It was organised by the Israeli government. The IDF itself killed its own people in order to make it look like Hamas had killed people.
I strongly believe that we are coming away from this mainstream media, the BBC, the CNN. You've got all of these who don't actually bring out the true definition of what is journalism, and I think it's a disgrace of what I've been seeing so far. And as soon as a person comes on, the first thing they do is say, do you condemn Hamas? And it's absolutely ridiculous. Do I condemn Hamas? I don't condemn Hamas because I feel that they're resistance fighters, and I feel now, that they're not using the Gazans as human shields that Israel is putting down it as. They are genuinely sitting and fighting for resistance.
Thoughts on the... From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. What does that mean?
Well, it's quite self-explanatory.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, isn't it? Because I guess what I mean is, how would that come about? What would happen to the Israelis, etc.?
I don't.
I'm trying to think of how to word it. Isn't it just as self-explanatory as the area of land? It's Palestine's land.
Yeah. So when you say Palestine, which bit do you mean?
Yeah, the Gaza Strip.
The Gaza Strip?
The West Bank.
West Bank?
Yeah.
That's it?
I don't know. Is there another
I thought it was self-explanatory. I'm getting confused now. I thought it was self-explanatory. What about either of you?
Question.
It's a bullshit question. Why? Well, tell me, why is it bullshit?
I'm not fucking getting involved in this, but it's so like inflammatory. Right? No, it's just really inflammatory.
Asking what that sign means.
Yeah.
It's inflammatory. Why is that?
I'm not getting involved.
Okay. All right. I didn't say anything. I was just asking what it meant.
Oh.
Do you agree with the sign?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, of course.
And what does it mean to you?
Palestinians to be free, it's clear as day,
Yeah. Well, I was just asking them which bit of the land they mean, because some people mean all of the land, including the bit where Israel is now, and that's why there's some debate about, what that means.
I think the main message is Palestinians that are being oppressed, for them to be free, and for everyone to live in harmony, regardless of your religion or whatever it is.
When you talk to people about what, let's say, from the river to the sea means, a lot of them don't really, we had one group that said it was self-explanatory, and when I asked them to explain it, it didn't really happen. Build a new workers' party, what's a socialist intifada?
If I'm being honest with you, I just got this at the stand over there.
Okay.
I don't actually know the definition of the word intifada.
Okay.
But, I mean...
Do any of you know the definition of the word intifada? Stop bombing Gaza, that makes sense. What about that one? Yeah. And what does that mean?
Well, it means it's to stop the Israeli occupation of Palestine.
From which river to which sea?
River Jordan.
To the Mediterranean Sea, yeah. So does that mean that all of Israel should be, what is now Israel should be Palestine, in your opinion?
No, I personally don't think that.
He absolutely destroys her. Listen to this.
Revolution? What revolution you are talking about? You are just creating chaos. It's the revolution only for the sake of revolution. At some point, some 30 years ago, I believed, just like you. Today, I know a different truth. And I don't advocate on behalf of a revolution that does not have sight, that does not have any moral compass. That is a revolution only for the sake of revolution. So, before you tell me about your revolution and about your protest, tell me about your objectives. What's your goal? What's your agenda? Who is your leadership? The American parents have the right to be concerned when they see masked men on campuses. We don't know who the hell they are. They could be activists and they could be the devil. So parents have the right to say, we don't want masked men with foreign agendas on our campuses, because you don't have a leadership, and tomorrow, if the shit hit the fan, who is going to be held accountable for this situation? Who do we go after? Why your protest is not registered according to the American law?